of this morning, starting off with Palestine and looking at Palestine's voice in South Africa. As we reflect now, tomorrow is an extremely important day, a relevant day, the International Day of Solidarity with the people of Palestine. And we are now joined by the ambassador, the Palestinian ambassador to South Africa, Her Excellency Hanan Jarrar. Ambassador Hanan, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome and Jazakallah khairan so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I hope that we all enjoy a good morning.
Yes, ahead of tomorrow, the International Day of Solidarity with the people of Palestine, I know there is an event that is taking place in Pretoria this morning. And this obviously comes against the background of this day that is being commemorated tomorrow. And this is just so important to actually have these events and to remind us over and over again about the plight of the people of Palestine, but more importantly, for someone like yourself as the Palestinian ambassador to South Africa, to remind South Africa that Palestine has got a voice in South Africa.
Definitely, this United Nations International Day of Solidarity with the people of Palestine has brought the world together in recognition of the Palestinian struggle, in recognition that the plight of the Palestinian people is still needed to be solved. And to be honest and to be frank, I would love to salute all South Africans from different backgrounds, different walks of life, who has shown their solidarity for the Palestinian people almost every day, especially during the past 2 years of genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza and in West Bank also. Tomorrow we observe 48 years of commemorating this UN Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. And I do believe that we don't need to remind South Africans. South Africans are guiding the solidarity with the Palestinian people. They have been like the guiding light for the international community in this regard.
Yes, Ambassador, but also I think, each year, I suppose, when one commemorates or hosts International Days of Solidarity with the people of Palestine has been very different. And this year's observance obviously comes at a very, very critical time. We see this fragile ceasefire in Gaza, and we still see this humanitarian crisis. We still see the severe violence that has claimed the lives of thousands upon thousands of people right across Palestine, whether we're talking about Gaza, we're talking about West Bank, and we're talking of Jerusalem itself.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. This time, to be honest, this day is a strike reminder. Whenever it comes, wherever it comes, it's a strike reminder for the international community that we need to put pressure to end the Israeli occupation. The equation is easy: end the occupation, cut the root of all the evils. This time, maybe it comes like the past 2 years in a very difficult time for the Palestinian people as the world speaks of a ceasefire. There is no real ceasefire. Israel violated the ceasefire 500 times only in 44 days since it started in the 10th of October. The ceasefire was supposed to bring an end to airstrikes, an end to starvation, and allow the delivery of a humanitarian aid, as well as it's supposed to allow the return of the Palestinians to the rubble of their homes in Gaza. But unfortunately, the war ceasefire is just like a diplomatic disguise as Israel continues its genocide, only with a slower pace, only maybe without media coverage. We all have been witnessing the very devastating situation of Palestinians still living in tents while the rain is pouring and it's cold now, and people are living with no blankets, no winter clothes, water floods in the tents. To be honest, the situation is very devastating, and always these scenes is a reminder for the international community that we do not want only We are tired as Palestinians. We are heroes, but we are tired. We don't want the world every year on this day, the 29th of November, only to observe and to commemorate Solidarity Day. We need to see a pressure that brings an end to the Israeli occupation to our land so that people can live freely in dignity in their own homeland as all human beings around the world.
Also, Ambassador, what we have witnessed in the last 2 years is many people right across the entire world, particularly on the ground, whether we're talking of solidarity movements, we're talking of activists, who have actually joined the global conversation, who has joined global activism for the freedom of people on Palestine, and also making use of social media platforms. And I'm sure that tomorrow, the 29th of November, many will actually join in from right across the entire world. But the most critical issue here, and I know today the event that is taking place in Pretoria, it's quite a high powered event that is taking place. Lots of representation from the South African government. The deputy president is also going to be present, the likes of Dirko as well. Just how important, how relevant it is with regards to today's event, hosting the event, and I know you're going to be one of the speakers at the event as well, and having the support at the highest level from the South African government.
Of course, we are really gratitude for the support, as I mentioned, for the support of the government of South Africa that stands with us, but also we have to salute thousands of the South Africans that recently filled the streets almost in every city in this country, as I mentioned, from grassroots solidarity groups to young activists to high-level diplomats and to government officials. Um, all of this really thrills us as Palestinians and add momentum to any event that we do. You know, as the Palestinian embassy, we always are invited to an organized event either by the ANC or other political parties and so on. This Solidarity Day, we do not celebrate definitely any kind of independence or national days. We celebrate or we commemorate, if we want to put the right words, only that day because it's an international day of solidarity, and it's good to show that you receive all that solidarity and support in the soil that you are serving at, which is South Africa. We are humbled by the support of the South African officials. His Excellency Deputy President Paul Mashatiri will be like a keynote speaker, as well as we receive a Palestinian guest of honor. He's a special envoy of President Mahmoud Abbas to South Africa for this event and for another big event that tomorrow will be taking place also and the tomb of OR Tambo. Tomorrow also will be like a big event with political parties. Will be also addressed by Dr. Sabri Saidam. He is the special envoy of President Abbas, and he's also a member of the Central Committee of Fatah Movement and the PLO. So he will be also addressing us. I myself, I will talk in today and tomorrow's event, but it will be short. We will give the guests of honors, the high-profile dignitaries coming especially for this event to talk about Palestine, about what's happening inside Palestine now as they are living there. So also it will be like a good opportunity for a first-hand engagement for the media, for political parties, for dignitaries from DERCO, the presidency, and the South African government to meet with Palestinians coming from Palestine to talk about what is really going on.
Your Excellency, I just would like a comment, and particularly now, we are talking about an international day. We've seen some statements come through from the UN Secretary General as well, and coming from the United Nations, talking about the end of the occupation and freedom for the people of Palestine. But just a comment on what we've seen, taking place in the build-up to this day, the resolution that was passed at the UN Security Council, which is seen as abandoning Palestinian rights, and more importantly, against this abandonment to safeguard Israel's unlawful occupation, because a number of observations can be made. For example, denying Palestinians the right to self determination, ignoring the rights of the Palestinian victims to justice, to reparations, and all of this, again, entrenching occupation rather than ending it.
Unfortunately, all what you have mentioned is true. But also, we have to take into consideration that the Palestinians now are at their weakest point. You see the world how is run by Trump. Unfortunately, U.S. has been the broker between us and the Israelis for the last 3 decades, since the Oslo Accord and even before. And nobody can fill the shoes of the U.S. Unfortunately, that's why we have been living for quite long time, especially under the Trump administration, on a survival mode. In a survival mode, you have to uh, check what you have, to study it, and then maybe when you have no other options, you have to be on that resolution, or you have to welcome that resolution, because it's the only thing that guarantees that you are on board. Otherwise, no Palestinians will be on board, and it will be governed again by other forces, as they were suggesting. So we welcomed the resolution. We did not say that we are in fully agreement with it, because we know that it's not the best thing for Palestinians. But sometimes we need to welcome, then we need to negotiate later on what can be done and what cannot be done. But I do believe that it was not, we do believe that it was not maybe the best for Palestinians, but it's the only thing on the board, and we have to be on board. We cannot let the platform empty for others to come and to tell us what is needed to be done.
Yes, obviously, I think the biggest concern, Ambassador, has been foreign forces, and this, be interesting to see, whether Palestinians would actually welcome a foreign force that runs a risk of becoming another layer of occupation rather than protecting the people of Palestine.
Exactly, yes. There are like a lot of concerns, not only that one, a lot of concerns in this, sorry, in this UN Security Council resolution. A lot of concerns, a lot of gaps, a lot of holes are not serving for the benefit of the Palestinian people. But we have to look at it, and we have to deal with it step by step, each item alone. Like until now, at the beginning, there was like Indonesia and Baku, that other Azerbaijan that wanted to send forces, but now they back up, they back off. Nobody wants to send forces because they say that there is no safety. So we should not always like look. That's why we have to be pragmatic. We should not look always at things as they are, because people are dynamic. Change, things change, and we have to be inside so that we can provide the best for the Palestinian people from within. But we cannot just like stay watching, accepting or denying any kind of resolution. We have to be in.
Ambassador, just coming back to this morning's event in Pretoria, what is your message going to be to South Africans at the event?
We would say to South Africans, thank you for standing with us, and thank you for being always with the right side of history, with the Palestinian people. I know that South Africans do not need one day to observe solidarity with the Palestinian people, or to affirm their solidarity with the Palestinian people. No, but we say to them that it is this support from South Africa combined with the resilience and steadfastness of the Palestinian people, millions of Palestinian people back home in occupied Palestine, and millions of Palestinians are scattered in refuge all over the world, is what keeps the flame of the Palestinian liberation burning. And I would love to salute each and every one of them for being true about solidarity with Palestine. Things that we saw from not only from statements and talks only, we saw it in reality when any Palestinian comes to South Africa. They host him. They want to help. I receive hundreds of phone calls of South Africans. They do not know me. They do not know the embassy, but they want to help. They saw a plane coming. They saw Palestinians coming from Gaza, running from a genocide. They want to host. They want to be nice. They want to offer what they have. And this is really the real spirit of Ubuntu, which is so much clear also in the essence of the UN Solidarity Day with the
Well, Your Excellency, we thank you. We say shukran to you for taking time out this morning with us right here on Solar Media. We wish you all the best, and also looking ahead at the event that is taking
Thank you
place
so
this
much,
morning.
and
And
thank you so much. And I hope that you can come to the event also to cover.
well, inshallah,
Thank
we
you.
certainly will see. Okay, but shukran once again for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The the Palestinian ambassador to South Africa, Hanan Jarrar, was us this morning ahead of tomorrow being commemorated as the International Day of Solidarity with the people of Palestine, the event that is taking place in Pretoria this morning. Next up, we are going to be joined by Ibrahim Patel weighing in the aftermath of the G20 summit and to some of his observations, particularly with regard to the G20 summit in terms of its outcomes, and also more importantly, what does this actually mean for the future of South Africa and the African continent?